Hello, I am Dr. Michelle McMurray-Heath, the new President and CEO of Bio. I'd like to welcome all of you to this year's digital and virtual BioGENeius program, brought to you by the Biotechnology Institute, located here in Washington, D.C. I am so very much looking forward to advancing the critical missions of our Bio member companies in providing innovative solutions to some of the most challenging unmet needs in the world today. We should, however, remember that innovation knows no geography or age, and this year's BioGENeiuses, like those before them, show us proof of truly remarkable research innovation at such a young age and from such a breadth of cultural diversity. We're especially proud that more than 50% of our finalists and winners are young women, especially while STEM education for all is such an important global issue. I'm also proud of the role that Johnson & Johnson has taken in these many years in providing critical support to the Institute and its programs. I witnessed firsthand while at J&J the development of cutting-edge tools and innovative methods to bring new breakthroughs to patients. And lastly, I would like to thank Jim Greenwood and Bio for their strong support of the Institute over the years. They have left me a great legacy. And now I would like to introduce our 2020 BioGENeius finalists.
Hi. How's it going, everyone?
Hi.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, I'm Andrew.
Hello, I'm Elizabeth Faulkner.
My name is Arjun Morthy.
Hello, my name is Elisha Johnston.
My name is Shreya.
I'm Alana Agarwal.
Hi, I'm Meena Ramdegu.
My name is Rishikari Chaudhary.
Rijato Chatterjee.
Joma Obi.
Rick Bhattacharya.
Freya Ramachandran.
Hi, I'm Natalie.
BioGENeius 2020.
What does it mean to be a BioGENeius?
Determination.
Persistence.
Innovative.
Willing to make mistakes.
I think being a BioGENeius means making the world a better place.
Being a finalist for the International BioGENeIus Challenge is something I've dreamed of for the last couple of years.
Just knowing that someday maybe my thought process and my research might help a group of people is really rewarding.
I'm really proud to be a part of BioGENeIus because I'm connected with all of these other students that have done amazing research, that have defied the odds.
Everyone here is really, really smart.
One of the things that I've heard about BioGENeIus is that it's well known for the friendships that form between the people that are all finalists.
It's given me a lot of insight on the value of everyone working in a team. An individual does not make up a community. A community is made up of its individuals.
I think it's absolutely great that BioGENeIus is actually creating an online platform where we still have that same experience of getting to meet new people and just talking about different scientific innovations and sort of like the future of science research in general.
We could really build each other up and keep a connection even after the challenge is over.
It's kind of hard to meet people that have the same interests as you. So to have a convention where everyone you know loves science and you can just kind of bond over that interest and ask questions together, I think that's a great opportunity.
Competitions like BioGENeIus prepare us for the real world. They provide us with skills that normal classrooms can't.
Getting to really present my project in front of all these judges is super exciting because they have so much knowledge that's in so many different fields.
When you're being asked these questions about your research, it helps you to sort of know your research more and be able to defend your research.
I really enjoyed having the opportunity to talk with all these different finalists, talk about their research, and just have a good time.
It's really insightful and cool to see what everyone is individually passionate about because we're all trying to make change and use biotechnology to do that. But really delving into what they're passionate about is always super motivational.
I've seen the incredible work that all of the finalists have done over the years, and I am so excited to join this amazing community of change makers this year.
It doesn't matter how young or old you are, there's no age limit for scientific innovation.
Innovation is really about imagination. You know, kids are one of the most creative sources of imagination. If you see a problem in your community, then go out there and try and make a difference. Even if people tell you that you're too young or you should wait until you're older, try try and find a way to make that change, because if you don't do it, then who will? We can't just keep waiting for someone else to do it for us.
The point of life for me is just to improve the lives of others, and I can do that with biotechnology, something I'm really passionate about. And I think it's very self-fulfilling, but it also just improves everyone around me, and that just makes me happier as a person morally.
Just because we're young doesn't mean we can't make a difference.
You can never start researching, discovering, or asking questions too early.
Well, I think now is one of the most important times to continue doing innovation. Now is when we absolutely can't stop.
Nothing stops BioGENeius.
Nothing stops us.
Nothing stops me.
Nothing stops innovation.
Nothing stops innovation.
Nothing stops innovation.
Nothing stops innovation.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the BioGENius Challenge. I'm Seema Kumar, Vice President of Innovation, Global Health and Science Policy Communication at Johnson & Johnson. The next 30 minutes are a whirlwind of events that will celebrate and put to the test our elite BioGENius finalists, the International BioGENius Challenge, and the Gene Pool competition. Every year at Bio, we bring together high school students from around the US who have won top state honors for their scientific research. These students were selected by professional scientists from a pool of hundreds of young scientists and researchers. Their projects are scientifically sophisticated solutions to important questions and the significant challenges that affect our everyday lives. Each one is nothing short of excellent. And that, along with the deep dedication of the judges, academic and industry leaders, and the finalists themselves, to great science is what differentiates BioGENius from other science and STEM competitions. That's also why we at Johnson & Johnson are so proud to be the BioGENius signature sponsor through our Champions of Science initiative. From antibiotics to telecommunications to genomics, precision medicine, and 3D printing, science is delivering longer, healthier, happier lives for people all over the world. Today, as we face the challenge of COVID-19, the importance of science and technology has been brought to even sharper focus, and it underscores why science and innovation are critical. We launched Champions of Science to engage people of all generations and backgrounds to see the unlimited opportunities that science and innovation brings, and the unstoppable allure of supporting them in innovating exciting new solutions that help improve the human condition. The theme of BioDigital this year is Nothing Stops Innovation, and BioGENius let nothing stop its innovation this year by pivoting to a virtual competition. Let's now take a look at how the students competed this year.
Later.
This year, we've been connecting virtually.
Just because we can't meet in person doesn't mean we can't create a sense of community while we're apart.
It's a little different doing something like this from home, but we're going to make it work.
This year, we've pivoted to a virtual environment. While it's brought a new set of challenges, we've been able to send the BioGENius experience across the country using virtual judging.
Knowing that these judges took their time to go online and answer my questions made me, as a person, feel really good. Because through this quarantine, it's just nice to know that this competition is still going on and that the judges are really taking their time in making sure that students can still get the whole BioGENius experience.
As a judge this year, I was really impressed. All the students did a fantastic job with their projects and presentations, and they were so successful and hardworking, even in the midst of this global pandemic and everything else that's been going on.
Although this year we weren't really able to go forward and talk to all the people in person, we really did get the experience to be able to communicate through other ways and just being able to understand what everybody else is doing out there, what they're passionate about, and then what can we do to really bring that together.
I don't think there's a better theme for anything right now than Nothing Stops Innovation. I think when we all had to go back to our houses and go into distancing and quarantine, that a lot of us were expecting to kind of the world halted. Now more than ever, I've seen so many incredible things, so many people standing up and doing the right thing.
BioGENeius has organized amazing events that allows us to get to know each other.
One of the best parts about competing in science fairs in general is just getting to meet a lot of different people who share really similar interests to you.
BioGENeius has organized numerous events that allow us challengers to get to know each other, like movie night, game night, and pizza night.
The challenges of COVID-19 have been difficult for all of us, but together we can continue to innovate as nothing can stop us.
Hi, I'm Dr. Larry Mahan, president of the Biotechnology Institute. The Institute was founded in 1998 and has a proud history of hosting the BioGENeius Challenge to foster innovative research in high school students around the country and internationally. Our mission is to engage, excite, and educate young people about careers in biotechnology and to catalyze their potential to heal, fuel, and feed the world. Our program involves more than 2,000 high schools, thousands of biology teachers, and over 7,000 students over these years. We have between 15 and 20 state partners and a number of international applicants, all that comprise our finalists each year. Unique to our program over other science competitions is the Gene Pool. It's our version of a nature and nurture Shark Tank. Gene Pool pushes the students into an environment they rarely experience. It's a fast-paced environment where they can take charge of the moment to tell all of us what's important about their research, why we should care, and why what they have come up with as solutions can be applied to the world. You're going to get to witness this right now in what the students have admitted is a very intense experience. Going forward, whether it's going into graduate school, college, business, whatever, you get these moments in life where you have a very short time to interest someone in what you're doing. It could be your next mentor, it could be a faculty, it could be your investor, it could be a strategic partner. Pay very close attention. You're going to have 1 minute. Watch that clock. Now, why do you have three things in front of you? Randomly, I'm going to ask you to pick up the one on your left, the one in the middle, or the one on the right. I have no idea what they are. And you're going to have to incorporate that into your pitch. Ready, set, go. I'd like you to pick up whatever it is in front of you.
All right, it's a metal cup.
Oh, a set of car keys. Wonderful. Oh, okay, great. Camera. All right.
I have a flashlight.
Take a good look at it. All right, thank you.
Meet my pet basil plant.
So this may seem like an ordinary cup to you, but it's something that we actually use every single day. However, patients with different neurological disorders oftentimes have a harder time using such everyday items because of their symptoms, ranging from things like degrading motor skills to changing vocal patterns.
So imagine you wake up from surgery and you're in a whole lot of pain. Your doctor prescribes you opioids, and now you have the decision. Do you take the opioids and risk addiction, or are you going to suffer through the pain? Well, the unfortunate truth is most Americans don't have the choice and become one of the 3 in 10 people who fall into addiction once prescribed opioids.
So my research is about H. pylori bacteria, which is an extremely pathogenic bacteria that affects more than half of the global population and 80% of the population in developing countries.
30% of the world has a problem when it comes to iron deficiency. It's one of the largest problems, and anemia is a huge thing, especially among women in the developing world.
Diabetes is a disease that affects millions of people worldwide. This devastating condition is characterized by high blood glucose levels due to insulin deficiency.
For years, cameras have been used to bring light to pressing issues via filmmaking. Why not use the same ideology and develop a device that can bring awareness to medical conditions?
With an aging population, there's a growing need for total knee and total hip replacements.
However, there is still a lack of decreasing infection rates all across the world.
So these Clorox wipes, we know exactly what they're used for. They're used for removing bacteria from surfaces, any kind of surface. However, in breast cancer treatment, such a precise function for treatments is not present. And so this can lead to the death for many patients because there's a lack of personalized care. And so, hello, I'm Arjun Morthy, and my pipeline, ImmunoNet, analyzes the immune environment within the tumor to better personalize breast cancer treatment.
Hi, my name is Ijoma Obi, and today I'm here to shine the light when it comes to ion channel modulators and why we should be investing in them right now. So ion channel modulators is an extremely successful class of drugs, which includes but is not limited to amlodipine, alprazolam, zolpidem, and these are all drugs that are used to treat daily problems such as diabetes, anxiety, insomnia, and more.
Hello, my name is Srijato Chatterjee. My project solves the unmet need for a drug treatment for muscle-invasive bladder cancer, or MIBC, which affects 140,000 people globally per year.
Over 30 million Americans have osteoarthritis, and with America's aging population, this number is only expected to increase. Current treatments involve corticosteroids, opioids, and joint replacements, which all have long-term health effects and do have long-term extremely high costs.
Hi, my name's Alana Agarwal, and last spring I traveled to New York City where I noticed that almost everyone touched the same part of the exact same subway pole. So curious about how mass transportation and sanitation affect the population's health, I decided to compare the effectiveness of natural and synthetic commercial antimicrobial agents on bacterial biofilms.
Hi everyone, I'm Anvita Gupta. I'm CEO of AI Novo Biotech Inc. and recipient of the 2020 BioGENEius Hall of Fame Award. It's a real honor to be receiving this award and to join the ranks of amazing BioGENEius alumni who I've looked up to for years. And I'm grateful for the chance to inspire future generations in STEM. Join me, Seema Kumar from Johnson & Johnson Innovation, and the other BioGENEius finalists for a roundtable discussion, Nothing Stops Innovation, later today. Looking forward to seeing you there.
And now I have the pleasure to announce the winners of the International BioGENeus Challenge and the Gene Pool competition. This year's competition, as in the past, has showcased some of the brightest young innovative talent and made the judges' decisions extremely difficult. This year's overall winner of the challenge in the global health category is Shreya Ramesh from Milton High School, Milton, Georgia, with her research titled Identification of Auditory Biomarkers for Neurological Disorders. Shreya's innovative research is using machine learning to distinguish potential early auditory biomarkers to diagnose ALS and Parkinson's, and it illustrates this generation's ingenuity in exploring multifaceted approaches to solving unmet needs in healthcare. Congratulations, Shreya. The judges also wish to recognize 2 additional finalists with high honors for their research excellence. Ijoma Obi from Bangor High School, Bangor, Maine, and her research in the global healthcare category entitled Synthesis of an Azobenzene-based cholesterol mimic for gated ion channel modification. Ijoma's work illustrates the earliest phase of drug discovery, which is rational drug design. And Shreya Ramachandran from American High School, Fremont, California, and her research in the global sustainability category entitled The Effect of Soap Nut Gray Water on the Environment, Soil Microbiome. Shreya has shown us how to rethink our use of precious water resources, natural sourcing, and sustainable solutions to otherwise damaging practices to the environment. I'm also pleased to add that Shreya Ramachandran is the winner of this year's Gene Pool competition, our high-pressure, fast-pitch format that I've so thoroughly enjoyed judging these past years. Congratulations to Ijoma and Shreya, aka Shreya Greywater, as she likes to be called. Congratulations to you both and to everyone else who's participated in all the competitions. Let's take a look at these award-winning research presentations as they were presented to the judges.
Hello, my name is Shreya, and the name of my project is the identification of auditory biomarkers for neurological disorders. So basically, this particular project really focuses on ALS, or amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, one type of neurodegenerative disorder that basically impacts the way patients are able to move as well as communicate with the outside world. So I basically got the idea from this project over this past summer, where I was working at a lab where we tried to focus on creating like some sort of cure for ALS. But one thing that I realized is that even if we do have like a cure for ALS, it's really important for doctors to actually diagnose ALS earlier in patients, primarily from like a standard of living perspective. Because oftentimes, as a patient has ALS for longer and longer periods of time, their ability to do certain tasks basically deteriorates to the point that they aren't really able to do a lot of things themselves, which means that the earlier that we can actually diagnose ALS, the better it is for patients, because that way doctors can actually take preventative measures and kind of measures to slow down the onset of the disease. So basically what this project does is twofold. One, it focuses on actually, figuring out how to actually diagnose ALS earlier in patients, just using a patient's voice recording. And the second part of this project really focuses on the quality of life aspect. So the first part of this project really focuses on actually understanding and analyzing the auditory features of certain neurological disorders. So based on this idea, I basically came up with this sort of hypothesis of sorts, saying like, okay, so if patients are unable to like say certain words and phrases, there must be sort of like auditory biomarkers per se that basically can indicate whether or not a patient has a certain neurological disorder. So based on that, I used the software called PRAT to basically extract a lot of these auditory features. For example, the tempo and pitch. There's sort of like a benchmark value at which these patients have or don't have ALS. So basically, a particular value of pitch, patients did or did not have ALS, things like that. So once I was able to do this basic auditory feature analysis, I wanted to reprove this and sort of make sure that these results were actually consistent across the board. So I basically used another thing called frequency analysis. And what frequency analysis does is it basically takes a word and basically converts the way you say that word into an image. So these are like two images that you can see here. They're basically of patients that basically say the word pat, and it's for a patient that says that has ALS and doesn't have ALS. So basically, using these different images, you can also visually see whether or not a patient has ALS.
My project is titled The Synthesis of an Azobenzene-Based Cholesterol Mimic for Gated Ion Channel Modification. And my research question that I made to really go into my project was, how can an azobenzene-based molecule be synthesized to mimic the structure of cholesterol and act as a photo-switchable molecule? So what is photo-switching? So photo-switching is the process where light or energy is given to a system, and this causes the system to change its shape. And so photo switches are everywhere, especially in the field of pharmacology when it comes to drug delivery. Now, why am I focusing on cholesterol? So cholesterol is a really interesting molecule. So it has this bulky steroid ring structure, a hydroxyl group, a short hydrocarbon, and 4 fused hydrocarbon rings. And because it's a lipid, it allows the molecule to slide into the cellular membrane and change essentially the shape and structure of the membrane to expand or to simply expand to cause ion channels to open up or close. And so the reason as to why this is the target of my research is to see if I can have the same effect with a molecule made from an azobenzene in order to open and close ion channels by using the cell membrane to stretch them out and then to close them again.
All right, in front of you, you have 3 objects. I want you to pick the thing to your left.
Meet my pet basil plant.
Okay. All right, ready, set, and go.
Drought is a major issue all around the world. Water recycling, also known as gray water reuse, is the most effective method of combating drought, with a potential to save trillions of gallons of water a year. Gray water is the lightly used water from sinks, showers, baths, and laundries, and it makes up 60% of the used water in our homes. However, it's rendered unusable due to chemicals in soaps that negatively affect the environment. Hi, my name is Greywater Shreya, and in order to combat drought, I investigated soap nets. They're a low-cost, biodegradable berry shell that can be used as an alternative laundry detergent whose gray water can be used for irrigation without affecting soil, plants, or the soil microbiome. SoapNet Gray Water Reuse is an easily implementable and scalable solution. It can be done in every household in every country across the world. So join me in creating a more sustainable water future for everybody.
To say the least, this program has been a challenge for all with COVID-19, but it's remarkable how our student applicants and finalists have responded with innovative approaches to address unmet needs in healthcare and the environment and sustainability. What I've enjoyed the most, besides having been a judge for more than 10 years now, is to meet these remarkable students. I get to witness firsthand, not just the talent that makes it to the final, but all those applicants who were so close or just beginning their knowledge curve of how to ask questions, formulate hypotheses, and conduct their research. This aspect is truly rewarding. And in turn, it educates me. For over the years, I've witnessed a marked transition in the types of research approaches and outcomes. It's not to say that the classic test tube approach is past, far from it. But in the last 20 years, the explosion of data on all fronts, from all the ohms to the most fundamental elements, has provided an almost infinite interspace for this generation to explore. And our students have stepped up to the challenge, utilizing automated data models, creating artificial intelligence programs, convolutional neural networks, and deep learning algorithms. Their interest in computational science, bioinformatics, and predictive outcomes lay the groundwork for real-world hypothesis testing and application. And they get it. A number of our BioGENius alumni have gone on to treat patients, received patents, or started their own companies. What was also remarkable, given our application deadline for 2020, was the rapidity with which a number of applicants explored potential solutions to the rapid diagnosis or treatment of COVID-19. This is why we do BioGENius. Every year, we're affirmed that younger generations, those who will inherit the best and perhaps the most problematic of our legacy, can and will step up to the challenge to make the world, their world, better for all. I want to especially thank Bio and Johnson & Johnson for their years of sponsorship. And I'd additionally like to thank Jim Greenwood for 15 years of unparalleled support of the Institute and its mission. Thank you, Jim, and the best of luck to you. And to all the students, their parents, and those of you in the audience for your interest and support. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.